Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. At least 48 people have been killed and dozens more injured after a train carrying nearly 500 people crashed and then derailed in a tunnel in Taiwan. The 8-carriage train reportedly hit a construction vehicle that had slipped onto the tracks at the tunnel's mouth. Rescuers combed badly damaged carriages inside the tunnel to find survivors, some of whom smashed windows to flee. The train connecting the capital Taipei to Taitung was carrying people travelling for a long weekend annual holiday.
Mijn geheugen is hier tekortgeschoten.
Dutch caretaker Prime Minister Mark Rutte has narrowly survived a vote of no confidence over his conduct during talks to form a governing coalition. However, he remains under pressure after Parliament adopted a formal motion of disapproval, which noted he had not spoken the truth during the talks. Mr. Rutte is accused of lying about moves to sideline a troublesome MP. The 54-year-old has been in office for more than a decade and has been dubbed Teflon Mark for his ability to survive scandals. Residents have staged a flower strike in Yangon in Myanmar, leaving flowers and signs at bus stops to remember those killed in the country's unrest. Protesters spread the call for the strike at bus stops, where demonstrators killed by security forces had departed on their last journeys late on Thursday. The former British colony has been in chaos for 2 months following the military's overthrow of Aung San Suu Kyi's elected administration. Some 543 people have been killed in the uprising so far. Niger has had its first democratic transfer of power after Mohamed Bazoum was sworn in as president. It comes just days after the government says it thwarted an attempted coup by parts of the military. Niger is facing increasing attacks by jihadist groups and political tensions in the country since the election in February. The inauguration marks the first time one elected leader has handed power to another since independence in 1960. Christians have held a procession in the old city of Jerusalem, marking Good Friday by retracing what they believe was the route Jesus Christ took to his crucifixion. The procession ended at the Holy Sepulchre Church, built over the site where Christians believe Jesus was crucified, buried and resurrected. The annual ritual attracts thousands of pilgrims from around the world in Jerusalem, but this year was limited to locals due to restrictions. A young couple have accidentally vandalized a painting worth about $500,000 at a gallery in Seoul in South Korea. CCTV footage showed the couple using acrylic paint and a brush that were part of a display near the artwork to splatter a new addition to the piece. The gallery has since put a black wire barrier around the display and additional do not touch signs, explaining that the paint pots and brushes are part of the artwork. Egypt is rushing to move 22 royal mummies to a new home on Saturday. Having taken months of planning, the event is meant to transform some of ancient Egypt's most prominent mummies through a convoy from the Egyptian Museum in Tahrir to their final resting place in the National Egyptian Museum of Civilization in Fustat. Each mummy will be placed in a capsule filled with nitrogen for protection. The mummies, which include 18 kings and 4 queens, mainly belong to the New Kingdom and are up to 3,000 years old. Monkeys and meerkats were among the animals to take part in the London Zoo's annual Easter egg hunt. Black-capped squirrel monkeys and meerkats rushed to extract treats hidden from them in Easter eggs hanging in the branches of their enclosures. The primates were treated by zookeepers to the eggs in an Easter tradition, although no guests were there to see the animals enjoying their gifts. Zoos in the UK have been closed to visitors due to lockdown restrictions, but are currently scheduled to reopen on April the 12th. And finally, a swim on holiday at a Western Australian beach has resulted in a painful octopus whipping and a video of the encounter that has gone viral. Geologist and author Lance Carlson was about to take a dip in the water when he spotted the animal. Mr. Carlson then put on goggles and went into the water, being again attacked on his arm and neck. The man described the animal as the angriest octopus in the bay, but said he felt apprehension but no animosity towards the clam.
Oh, golly.
And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.